Roughriders and the Lions for the second time in 1991. The first game, a 50-47 thriller, won by the Lions at Taylor Field August 21st. John Gregory lost his job in Regina after that loss, and Don Matthews arrived a day later. Matthews is 2-2 as the Roughriders head coach, and Bob Obilovich is 11-7 since taking over the BC Lions last year. We're ready for the BC Lion kickoff. Julio Caravetta has a short one planned, and the BC Lions come up with a football. Ken Watson, I believe, number 3, got to the football. Now, whether or not it traveled 10 yards, we'll wait for the officials to ascertain. Perhaps not.
I think that's what they're indicating, that as Ken Watson made the catch, he had not gone the necessary 10 yards. Also looked like he might have been out of bounds, but nevertheless, the Saskatchewan Roughriders not far enough. Nice field position to start for Kent Austin.
It didn't quite work, Obi, but I thought it was a nice try. Good plan. So the Roughriders are 1st and 10 at the BC 50. Great field position to begin this night. Austin far side, and the first Major out to midfield. Major has a couple of blockers in front. What a way to begin. The Lions inside the 25-yard line. Major brought down by Michael Anderson.
What a way to start the ball game on defense. A miscommunication between Ken Austin and Donald Narcisse. Narcisse supposed to go to the out, I guess, and Chris Major is all alone out there. He comes up with his 5th interception, a pretty easy one for him, and a very, very nice start for the BC Lions. Short kick failed, but now they get the turnover on the very first play of the game.
And a 47-yard return sets the BC Lions up. 1st and 10, Saskatchewan 23. Flutie the pitch to John Volpe. Volpe has to reverse his field, and now there's room to the far side, near side, as Flutie throws a block and Volpe scores. What a way to begin. The interception sets up a 24-yard touchdown. Volpe looked to be stopped. His 11th touchdown in his rookie season in the CFL.
Wayne Dixon, number 43, does an excellent job to the outside. Volpe knows he can't outrun him, so what does he do? Reverses his field, and the Saskatchewan defense had pursued so quickly that they were not able to recover. Richie Hall cannot make the tackle, and a nice tightrope job for John Volpe into the end zone. Turnover, touchdown, Doug Flutie blocked. I mean, what else can you do on the opening drive? Unbelievable.
Passaglia adds the convert, and the Lions have the lead. What a turnaround early at BC Place. It's 7-0 BC. Another kickoff. This one coming up a little short. Albert Brown calls for it near the 30. This is Brown looking for room to the far side, and he finds some. Brown will give Saskatchewan good field position once more. Forced out by number 3, Ken Watson, a 14-yard return. Now Austin will try again. He's been a 58% passer since returning 5 games ago. 18 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
You know, I've actually heard some people criticize him for those 10 interceptions. I mean, I can't believe it for a quarterback that's putting the ball in the air as many times as he is. That 18 touchdown, 10 interception ratio, I think, is tremendous.
First down for the Roughriders. Lucius Floyd. And Floyd is halfway to a first down. Stopped by O.J. Brigance. Here's the way the Roughriders line up with a couple of changes recently up front, with Paul Vida getting a starting spot for the 6th time in relief of Bob Poley, who's injured a little bit. Jaskis is the other rookie up front. Williams and Narcisse the wide receivers. Fairholm and Elgard are inside, and Floyd and Jones will run it for Kent Austin. The gain is 6. This is 2nd and 4. And Austin puts it in the air, and he's off target, intending that for Milson Jones. And Brigance was back covering on Jones. He's some kind of linebacker, number 57.
He really is. You know, he leads all rookie tacklers, or rookie linebackers in tacklers rather, with 60 in the league. And that, of course, is tops for the BC Lions. And boy, when Obi had that shopping list, I think there was no way he knew how good some of his rookies were going to turn out.
He's made a lot of changes on defense in particular since taking over the Lions, and they're paying off. On the kick return, Norman Jefferson, and he's out across the 35. 41-yard punts. And Ray Elgard led the Saskatchewan tacklers to Jefferson that time. Doug Flutie, simply the #1 passer in Canadian football this season. 61%. That's almost unheard of, isn't it?
Well, it's an unbelievably high percentage, and when you consider that he is the leader in the league in yards passing in a percentage that high, I mean, he is, I said it in the opening, 11 straight weeks he has led the league.
On 1st and 10, Flutie tries to escape. Nice catch by Leo Groenwagen. But I don't think he's eligible. Wayne Dixon making the tackle on Groenwagen.
He sure didn't look like he wanted to run with it. Flutie wants to get the ball away quickly, but the pressure comes. There's initial pressure by Jurison, and then the tip ball. And Groenwagen says, hey, I don't want this thing.
Well, technically he did the right thing by hanging on to the ball, because potentially it could have been ruled as a fumble, but they rule it as a pass. And Groenwagen is, of course, an ineligible receiver. Groenwagen is starting at left tackle tonight, moving over from his right guard spot because of an injury to Rocco Romano. It'll be 1st and 20. From the 25, Flutie. For Darren Flutie, who made the catch, then lost the ball. And who has possession? It looks like Stacey Hairston tipped it away, and Albert Brown has the ball for the Roughriders.
He made a nice catch initially. Good protection as the Roughriders are stunting up front. The BC Lions pick it up, and Doug Flutie hits his brother Darren. But a good tackle by Stacey Harrison. The ball comes loose. Albert Brown will finally pick it up, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders get their first break of the evening.
It is a first down, Roughriders at the BC 41. Lucius Floyd stopped by Gerald Bayless, number 4. Here's how the Lions look up front. With some changes up there this season, Hill, Bayless, and Powell were not, or Poe rather, were not there at the start of the last season. Brigance, Holmes, and Miller, an all-new linebacking corps. The gain for Milson Jones, 3. This is 2nd and 7. Elgard is in the end zone. Touchdown! Thomas was looking for a call. He's not going to get it. There are no flags anywhere.
Seems like Ray Elgard's season has started anew again since Kent Austin has returned to the lineup, and he is playing with renewed vim and vigor. Here he gets finally in behind Watson. I think Watson has a bit of a complaint there as Elgard pushes off, but it is not called. He has his 10th touchdown, and we're 1 point away from this game being tied.
With 10:51 to go in the opening quarter.
Well, it's pretty much like everyone expected. Talking to the coaches before the game, Joe Pow, he expected each team to be over the 40-point mark tonight, and we're off to a good start.
It's 7-7 already at BC Place as the Lions and the Roughriders get going for the 2nd time this season. Turnover gets you a TD at BC Place tonight. Ready for the Roughrider kickoff. Darren Flutie. He's across the 35 to about the 37. A 21-yard return. And leading the Roughrider tacklers, newcomer Wayne Dixon. Ray Alexander and Darren Flutie, the wide receivers. Alexander to the near side of the field. The call to Chris Skinner, and Skinner is grabbed by Richie Hall, number 7. Offensively for the Lions, Groenwagen moving out to the left tackle spot from his right guard position. Alexander and Flutie outside. Christian and Clark, two great young inside receivers. And Volpe and Chris Skinner are the starting runners for the Lions tonight. A gain of 5. And from the 43, 2nd and 5 for Flutie. Here comes the pressure. And Flutie gets away from Jurison, but he comes up short of the first down. Forced out by Dan Rasevich.
Well, that's the scary part for a defense when Doug Flutie gets outside of the pocket and begins running. But the Saskatchewan defense, which is a much quicker defense with their linebacking core now, with the addition James King playing in the lineup, Dan Rasevich gets out and helps Bobby Jurison force Doug Flutie out of bounds. But it's the team speed on the Saskatchewan defense that'll really be in question tonight, whether they can handle Flutie. That time they did.
It is 3rd down, and Lou Pasaglia gets set. Willis Jaycox, number 1 in all-purpose yards in Canadian football, set for the return. There wasn't much room there. Good special teams coverage by the Lions as Mike Maresco limits Jaycox to an 8-yard return. Kent Austin, 18 touchdowns in 5 1/4 games. Last week he was 36 of 65 for 457 yards, 2 touchdowns, but there were 4 interceptions, and that's what cost Saskatchewan against Edmonton last week. Austin tried to flip it out for Milson Jones. Jones wasn't looking.
Derek McCready read it perfectly, the defensive tackle who's in the ball game tonight. You watch now what the Saskatchewan offensive line wants to do is invite those pass rushers upfield, but Derek McCready saw Milson Jones trying to sneak out and set up the screen. He stayed right with him. They couldn't complete the pass. That's pretty good work.
2nd and 10 for the Roughriders now at the 37. It's 7-7. Lions and the Roughriders. Austin far side. And has his man, Don Narcisse. That'll be a Rough Rider first down, a gain of 15.
Pretty good move by Don Narcisse. A little spin to the inside to hold Chris Major. Then he breaks back to the outside, and that time they hooked up. The last time, of course, they tried that. Narcisse didn't get back to the outside, and Major had the interception. This time it worked.
From the 52, the Rough Riders are 1st and 10. Milson Jones, O.J. Brigance, and Bruce Holmes met Jones. The gain will be 5.
BC Lions are a team that you can run the football against. They are 6th in that department defensively in the CFL this year. So if Saskatchewan chooses to, and they can run the football effectively, their numbers aren't great simply because they do not choose to, but they have a pretty good offensive line for the run block.
No call with Jefferson covering on Byron Williams.
Well, there's a real problem in the pass pattern that Byron Williams runs. Here he is right here. Now he's working on Norman Jefferson right here. Now as he comes down, he runs a good hook. We'll let it go right here. But what happens is initially he does not start working back to the quarterback. Look, see, he's standing right there. Now he comes back, but it's too late. He allows Jefferson time to recover and break up the pass play. He should have come back to the quarterback harder.
Mike Lozecki has to move out of the pocket to get this kick away. Now, is he looking to pass and gamble on 3rd and 5? I'm not sure. Lozecki has the punt travel out of bounds inside the 30 of the BC Lions.
Well, I think there's no doubt that it was an option play for him to throw the football, and when nobody came open downfield, James King, number 41, he wasn't even looking. He decided we'll kick it away.
Direct snap to Lucius Floyd. The flip to Lezecki. The option didn't quite work. Lezecki kicks it. 7-7 Saskatchewan and BC. Matt Clark, third leading receiver in Canadian football so far this season with over 900 yards. First down for the Lions as Volpe takes it from Flutie coming out of the backfield and has to cut back to grab a couple of yards. Met there by Gary Lewis. And Volpe has a gain of 5.
Matt Clark, he's actually trying to do a pick play here where he's picking on the linebacker Razovich, who he expects will be covering John Volpe out of the backfield. He did a good job on the pick. Volpe cut it back upside. Got about 5, I guess.
6:56 to go in the opening quarter. It's 7-7 the Lions and the Roughriders if BC plays tonight. Flutie on target for brother Darren. Number 82 makes the catch in the grasp of Eddie Lowe. And that'll be a BC first down.
Second CFL game for Darren Flutie last week. It's 3 catches for 63 yards in their victory over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. But I don't think the brother combination tossed a few in the backyard when they were growing up.
I think they did. They played together 1 year at Boston College when Doug was a graduating senior and Darren was a freshman. This is Volpe on 1st and 10. He has another 5 yards. Stopped by newcomer Kim McLeod. Volpe averaging 5.9 yards a carry.
And he is very strong in the upper body too. He's only 5'9", but he's 195 pounds. And some linebackers throughout the league have found out that, you know, though he is short, he is still a very powerful guy and a tough guy to tackle.
Not a bad start to his CFL career, over 1,000 yards already. 5:40 to go. This is 2nd and 5. And Darren Flutie makes the catch and has the first down. Good move to grab an extra couple of yards and get across into first down territory. Razovich was there, and so was Eddie Lowe. Scribner is really the only newcomer, or I should say there's 2 newcomers up there, with Wayne Dixon playing his 3rd game for the Roughriders. Razovich, Lowe, and King. And Hairston and Brown are the cornerbacks, with Hall and a newcomer McLeod the halfback spots, and the veteran Glenn Suter at safety. 1st and 10. Penalty marker down as Flutie is almost intercepted by Stacey Hairston. Jay Christensen was the intended receiver.
BC number 55. First down repeated.
Ian Sinclair is playing in his 107th CFL game. Spotted for holding in the previous play to make this 1st and 20 for the Lions. The BC 43. Christensen makes the catch and has the first down. Finally dragged down by Glenn Suter. Brother Darren Flutie, number 82, a 28-yard gain.
Doug Flutie going to the short passing game, and they're really spreading out their receivers all across the field, widen that Saskatchewan defense, and you'll see Darren Flutie come from the slot back spot, and for the wide receiver spot, he gets underneath Albert Brown. Easy pass to complete, and Doug Flutie and his offense is on the march.
1st and 10 for the Lions. Now at the Saskatchewan 39, and here's John Volpe once more. Wayne Dixon made the stop on Volpe after a 6-yard gain. Dixon, a former BC Lion, at least briefly a BC Lion. He's 6'3", and he's 252 pounds from Oklahoma. Volpe is stopped short of the first down by James King. 3rd and too much to gamble as the Lions send out Lou Pasaglia. Not a bad matchup with these two guys. Pasaglia versus Ridgway. On the field goal lines tonight, Pasaglia hitting on 74% of his.
What an advantage he has, though, kicking indoors for all his home games.
And the Lions have the lead once more.
It's a TSN fact. The BC offense has the best passing attack in the league, averaging 362 yards a game, while the Riders are the worst in the CFL against the pass, 342 yards a game. Don Matthews talked about that a couple of weeks ago and said the front seven would be a big key to improving Saskatchewan's defensive record against the pass. They didn't have enough pressure on the quarterbacks.
2:52 to play in the opening quarter. It's 10-7, the Lions leading the Saskatchewan Roughriders. This is Willis Jaycox. Out across the 40 to the 42. Ryan Hansen leading the BC tacklers. .24 yards for Jaycox and decent field position for Kent Austin and the Roughriders. Austin over the middle for Elgard, short of the first down. Stopped at the 50 by O.J. Brigance.
Pretty good strategy for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They know that most of the time the BC Lions like to play a zone defense on first down and then man it up on second down a little more. So Ray Elgard just comes underneath the linebackers. Easy pass to complete and a very good ball control type pass. As we've told you, Kent Austin famous for that. He gets 8 yards, 2nd and 2. Good situation.
From the 50. Milson Jones will be stopped short of the first down. Andrew Thomas, number 21, breaking through from his safety spot to put the stop on Milson Jones.
He makes the tackle, but 79 Derek McCready got the initial penetration and forced Milson Jones to bounce it to the outside. Watch 79. He gets through. There it is right there, and that allows Andrew Thomas to sneak up from the safety spot and hold Milson Jones short of the first down. 2nd and 2. You've done a great job when you stop big old Milson Jones.
Mike Lozecki to punt for Saskatchewan from his 35. No fancy stuff this time as Lozecki gets a pretty good kick away. Norman Jefferson back at his 11. And surrounded by several Roughriders led by Albert Brown, number 4. 7-yard return, 46-yard punt for Mike Lozecki. And there's been some pressure on Mike Lozecki this week with another kicker in town.
Glenn Harper, formerly of the Calgary Stampeders, is around, and he is obviously pressuring Mike Lozecki for that punting job. Lozecki still has it, obviously.
Dave Ridgway has had 9 kickers, 9 punters since he joined the Saskatchewan Roughriders as the place kicker. John Volpe on first down. Easily 10 yards, closer to 25. Kim McLeod, number 29, forced Volpe out. A 27-yard gain. Nice run by John Volpe.
Yeah, and you know what happens? Wayne Dixon at the top of the screen. He is the rush end right here. Watch. He gets the penetration to the inside. Volpe is allowed then to bounce it to the outside, let it run. But once your contained guy gets caught to the inside as he does, then the speed of Volpe, he's to the outside. Big mistake by Wayne Dixon.
27-yard gain. Volpe has 5 carries, 67 yards already. And Doug Flutie is close to another first down on that pass to Ray Alexander. Richie Hall made the stop.
First catch of the night for the leading receiver in the Canadian Football League, number 88, Ray Alexander. He leads in receptions now with 76. He leads in yardage. What a year he is having. Alan Pitts close behind, though. Alan Pitts with 74 catches, so he gets to go after that tomorrow.
This will be a good race right down to the finish, likely. Gain was 8, 2nd and 2. And I'm not sure the Lions got the first down.
Well, both defenses playing very good in short yardage situations.
Wayne Dixon and Richie Hall on the stop. Volpe the carrier once more. It's a long yard. Volpe has it easily. Finally nailed by Suter, but Volpe grabs 3 to the 50-yard line. And the Lions will have a first down to begin the second quarter at BC Place. BC leading 10-7, and we'll update the rest of the world of sports with Teresa Hergerts and then return.
First quarter statistics brought to you by General Motors. The edge in net yards goes to the Lions, who have a wide edge in passing and rushing yards. Both turnovers led to touchdowns in the football game. And a note about the Saskatchewan defense, they're a little surprised at what Doug Flutie is doing. They were expecting him to run around a little more, let the patterns develop. Instead, he's been using 3- and 5-step drops, and they're having to make adjustments defensively because of it.
As the second quarter begins, it's the Lions by 3. BC first down at the Saskatchewan 50. Early movement, but the Riders got back on side. Jay Christensen, he'll have close to 9 yards, forced out by Stacey Hairston. Doug Flutie is on target for a CFL single-season passing record.
Saskatchewan number 7. Decline. Second down.
There was a penalty on the play. I didn't see the flag, Leaf.
Now Richie Hall was up on the line of scrimmage, and he jumped the gun just a little bit early.
Flutie good on 6 of 7 for 113 yards already. Facing 2nd and 1 here. On the option to Volpe, and Volpe has the first down. He's inside the Saskatchewan 30. Forced out by 74, Dan Rasevich.
Okay, James King is at the top of your screen. He is the linebacker they are going to play a game with. Here he is. As he comes across the line of scrimmage, Flutie will come down with Volpe coming this way. Let it run on the option. Now, King should take the running back. Make Flutie run the football and let the guys hammer away at Flutie, not Volpe. Next time around, I'd be surprised if he doesn't go out and try and pick up Volpe.
Christensen may throw, and does, well over the head of the intended receiver, Ray Alexander. Another new wrinkle by the Lions.
Didn't fool anybody, though. Good coverage downfield by Stacey Hairston as Christensen tried to hit Ray Alexander. See right here, Alexander really never open, and maybe Jay was smart enough to throw that thing away. Let's give him credit.
I think he did. Threw it away.
Threw it away.
2nd and 10.
Good move, Jay.
Lions at the Roughrider 29. BC leading by 3. It's 10-7 early in the second quarter. Flutie for Alexander. Stopped short of the first down. Nice play by Richie Hall.
Well, you talked about Richie Hall and a nice play. It was a fabulous play. He ended up in man-to-man with Ray Alexander when he came down in motion and ended up as a slot back, and Richie Hall had to chase him all the way across the field. There you see him chasing him, and he finally will catch him from behind and makes a good tackle, keeping them well short of the first down. And that's a good play by Richie Hall.
Alexander was reasonably close to first down territory had Hall not grabbed him by the ankles there. Lou Pasaglia, 2 for 2. BC Lions have a 6-point lead. It's 13-7 on Lou Pasaglia's second field goal of the night. That's newcomer Kim McLeod. Was in the San Diego Chargers camp at the start of this season. Albert Brown. And Brown has some running room up the middle. He's out near midfield. Stopped by Andrew Thomas. A 34-yard return and great field position for Kent Austin.
Well, Albert Brown has taken one the distance this year. In fact, it was the opening game of the season against the Edmonton Eskimos on the opening play of 1991. And here he sees a small opening, and with his tremendous acceleration gets up through it. And a nice spot for Kent Austin to start his drive.
Just shy of midfield. It's first down. Saskatchewan at the Rough Rider 54. Austin for Fairholm, his first catch. Takes a pretty good hit, but hangs on. Ken Petway was covering number 8. And Petway might have got the worst of the exchange. An 11-yard gain.
Ken Petway comes all the way across the field to make the hit on Fairholm, and what a hit it was. Jeff Fairholm, give him credit. He hung on to it, and boy, that seemed like it hurt Petway more than it did Fairholm.
I think you're absolutely right. First and 10. Rough Riders at the 45. Trailing by 6. Austin swings it out of the backfield for Lucius Floyd. Floyd gets to the 40-yard line, lost the ball, but they'd ruled it dead. Stopped there by Donald Miller. The gain will be 6.
You know, we talk about Ken Austin playing ball control through the passing game. Here's a prime example. All the linebackers, they drop off into this area. Floyd out of the backfield right there. Let's roll it. Quick pass to him now. He is allowed to run for some yardage. They get 5 yards, but that's how you play ball control with the passing game. Good safe pass on first down and good yardage.
The gain is 5. Austin, Elgard is open. Good move to get around Petway. Now to the outside is Elgard. Gets inside the 10, inside the 5. Tough man to bring down. Ray Elgard has the Rough Riders in great shape. Could have been stopped a couple of times, but Elgard turns it into 33.
He gets locked up man-to-man with the middle safety, 21, Andrew Thomas, and Thomas gives him the inside, which is the way Elgard wanted to go anyway, and there was lots of room for him in there. Ken Austin read it so quickly. I mean, the ball was in the air before Elgard even turned around because the pressure was coming, but Austin knew where his guy was going to be, threw it to a spot. Elgard went and got it.
From the 4-yard line. First and goal to go, Saskatchewan. Riders look for the tie. Narcisse can't quite get to it. Chris Major covering on Don Narcisse.
But for a team that doesn't like to run the football, I'm kind of surprised that they had that offensive alignment in there with only one receiver. And Ken Austin, I think, has made his choice verbal to the sidelines. He wants Fairholm and Elgard guys back in there. I mean, we're talking about the 4-yard line here, and for a team that doesn't like to pound away with the running game, they better get the receivers back in there.
Second and goal from the 4. Easy touchdown, Jeff Fairholm. Eighth touchdown of the season for Jeff Fairholm.
Confusion in the BC Lions secondary allows Fairholm to be wide open. They double covered Elgard as he broke to the inside. Nobody there for Fairholm, and probably the easiest touchdown he's had all season of the 8 that he has scored. You know, these things don't happen, you know, by accident. They've seen something in the films where they thought if they gave BC that motion, they could create some confusion there. They got that confusion, and Fairholm, the recipient of that touchdown pass by Ken Austin, his second of the first half.
And the Rough Riders are into the lead on the touchdown by Jeff Fairholm. It's 14-13 with lots of time to go in the second quarter.
This is a great angle to look at the touchdown catch by Fairholm. There's Fairholm. There is Elgard. Now watch. Ken Petway is in man-to-man coverage on Fairholm. He's going to come all the way across. Let it roll. Now stop it here if you can. Okay, there's Ken Watson on Elgard. Watch as Elgard comes in here. Both guys cover Elgard. Fairholm is allowed to go absolutely scot-free. That's pretty easy touchdown, isn't it? One mistake in the secondary, guys left open, 7 points.
Here's the Rough Rider kickoff. And the return by Darren Flutie. Flutie stumbles and crosses the 40 to the 42. And he's pinned there by Bruce Boyko. Along with Dan Rasevich, a 22-yard return and a decent place for the Lions to begin.
What a drive by the Riders, and especially the inside receivers. Elgard picked up 33 yards. Fairholm makes the touchdown catch and the clutch reception after getting drilled by Petway.
1st and 10 for Doug Flutie now. The Lions trailing by a point, and Flutie misjudges the toss to John Volpe, or was it tipped?
It's really interesting at the pace that Doug Flutie is going right now. There is his projection, 64.03, and the current record 56.48, I believe, held by Warren Moon.
Warren Moon established that. Tonight, 7 of 9 for 121 yards. Flutie faces 2nd and 10 at the 43 now. Down the sidelines. And Darren Flutie made the catch about 5 yards out of bounds.
Good defense by Saskatchewan. Number 41, James King, the outside linebacker, had such good containment on Doug Flutie. He wasn't allowed to get to the outside, and finally they just ran out of field with which to throw into. Saskatchewan Roughriders defense is improved. They have more speed in that linebacking core. I think a key move was to move Eddie Lowe into the middle. A little more speed in there. Not that Dave Albright was not a great linebacker, but Eddie Lowe is a little quicker.
Lou Pasaglia is ready. Bobbled the ball. And will he get it away? Yes, he does, and a pretty good kick. Here's Jaycox on the return. Penalty markers are down as Jaycox stumbles and is grabbed by Mike Maresco. A 29-yard kick. Sweet Lou was lucky to get that one away.
BC number 28, 1st down.
Well, it was a good snap from center for Lou Pasaglia. He just had trouble fielding it, and watch the nifty footwork here. Now, he was a quarterback way back at Simon Fraser, so I mean, he's used to doing a little running around back there and avoiding the pressure.
It looked like he played a little goal in soccer too, the way he got it away. With the penalty, the Roughriders begin at the 52. Saskatchewan leading by a point. It's 14-13. Austin, quick release. Lucius Floyd out of the backfield. Floyd gets one block and gets a 1st down. Petway made the tackle.
Second catch of the night for Lucius Floyd. That's 55 on the season for him, and of course that leads all running backs in the league. And pretty sneaky play. Just slips out of the backfield once again underneath the linebacking core of the BC Lions, who love to play zone on 1st down. And good call by Ken Austin. Easy pass to complete. Those are the kind of plays that keep drives going. Austin, such a smart quarterback.
From the 47, 1st down, and Elgard can't make the catch in heavy traffic. Holmes was there, and so was Ken Watson. Penalty marker down. Here's Elgard.
Boy, he could see Bruce Holmes coming from the middle, and he tried to make a quick catch and get it into his body, but the helmet of Bruce Holmes arrived just about the same time as the football did, and couldn't hang on to it.
Saskatchewan number 81, after the play, 2nd down.
The penalty goes against Elgard, who was obviously upset at the way he was being covered.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but he must have taken a swing at somebody.
Ninth CFL season for Ray Elgard. As he moves up the CFL receiving ladder, he's 13th in the all-time receiving list now. Austin goes for a bundle. Good coverage. Byron Williams, the intended receiver. Major was covering.
That's a beautiful play by Chris Major. Ken Austin threw the ball right on target, and Chris Major at the last second up and over the top of Byron K. Williams to knock it away, and the timing was just perfect. Chris Major, you know, 1988 he had 10 interceptions to tie for the league lead, and that shows you why. Tremendous physical ability when he was up in the air. Super play.
Mike Glazecki got a pretty good punt away last time. Jefferson is back. And there won't be much of a return for Norman Jefferson, who is surrounded by white jerseys. Leading the tacklers, Bruce Boyko. A 32-yard punt, little or no return. As Lazecki heads to the sidelines, the Roughriders are in the lead by 1. It's 14-13 Saskatchewan at BC Place.
As I said, it hasn't developed really, that matchup, but we think it's a good one, and hopefully we'll be able to show you a pretty good battle between these two.
That's a rookie against a vet. First and 10, Lions from the 33. This is Volpe. '77 Wayne Drinkwalder on the tackle. A 2-yard gain for Volpe after taking the pass from Doug Flutie.
Well, let's check in on Matt Clark and Richie Hall. We've told you about their matchup tonight, and Richie's in pretty good position. Although they threw it to someone else, Richie did a nice job there.
2nd and 9. Over the middle. Intercepted. Glenn Suter. Forced out by Leo Groenewegen. Suter's 5th interception.
Iron Man Glenn Suter, who's never missed a game since he was drafted, steps in front of Darren Flutie, reads it perfectly from his free safety spot. He really has nobody in coverage, so he reads the quarterback. He broke on the football, and that is another turnover for the Riders, and an excellent play for the middle safety, Glenn Suter.
Great return by Suter, 37 yards. It is 1st and 10, Saskatchewan at the Lions 16. Austin intended that for Byron K. Williams, and Norman Jefferson was covering.
Get the angle. Let me hit the angle.
He's a broadcaster back in Regina.
We're going back in Regina. Keep working hard. We'll get it.
CJME Radio. Sports director, I believe. 2nd and 10, Lions. The Riders at the Lions 16. Here's Fairholm. Touchdown. 2 in a row for Jeff Fairholm. Quick release, Kent Austin.
Not bad. Jeff Fairholm one-on-one. Ken Watson, he straightens him up right there and then breaks it back to the inside. And Ken Watson feels sorry for him. He didn't get any help from the middle safety, Andrew Thomas. And Jeff Fairholm has his 2nd of this quarter.
Three catches, 2 touchdowns. Jeff Fairholm has given the Roughriders a pretty good lead here. 21-13 Saskatchewan.
Jeff Fairholm having himself an excellent first half, and you have to feel sorry for. There's Fairholm right there. Now there's Ken Watson. Now here is Andrew Thomas in the middle. He really does not have any pass response, or he has nobody in pass responsibility, so he should get back here and give some help. Watch Fairholm gets to the inside. No Andrew Thomas in sight. He's looking inside at something else. Kenny Watson doesn't get any help. There's a touchdown. See, Watson's expecting, he's taking the outside shade away from Fairholm. He's expecting help. He didn't get it. There's Gene Gaines, the defensive secondary coach, telling him what his responsibilities have to be.
Here's Darren Flutie. Out across the 40 to the 43. Bruce Boyko made the stop. Now 1st and 10 for Flutie and the Lions. BC 42. Flutie near side for Chris Skinner. Forced out by Kim McLeod. Here's the call.
BC, no end on the line of scrimmage. 1st down, repeat.
.5:14 till halftime. Volpe caught from behind and decked for a loss. James James King, number 41, got there.
So what we talked about, where the Roughriders are an improved defense, is their speed at linebacker. James King getting the start tonight. He has been a rush in and a linebacker in his career tonight. At the linebacking spot, he beats the block. He is in the backfield very, very quickly. And actually, I think Volpe lost a yard on that play.
Lions face 2nd and 17 with only 1 first down in the second quarter. Lewis tracks down Flutie and slows him up enough for James King to get there. Gary Lewis in pursuit, and he took Flutie right to the linebacker, James King.
Pretty good series for number 41, James King. He makes a tackle in the backfield on John Volpe. Now he gets his first sack of the evening, and here he's working against one of the best, number 66, Jim Mills, who was the best offensive lineman in Canada last year. But as Flutie tries to run with it, King gets around the block and gets the sack.
Here's Lupasaglia. Back near his 11. The Lions have lost a lot of field position. Willis Jaycox. Well covered by the Lions special teams, led by Donald Miller that time, number 37. Mike Maresco is also there. This time the Roughriders begin on their own 51, leading 21-13. Austin. Fairholm makes the catch. That's another Saskatchewan first down in front of Ken Watson.
Good strategy on first down. The play action freezes those linebackers. There you see Brigance and Holmes. They can't get back into coverage, and when you want to throw an in pattern to your slot back, play action really helps you out because those linebackers can't get back into coverage. What a half he's having.
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. 4 catches so far. 2 for touchdowns. Lucius Floyd. And Floyd will have another Roughrider first down. Again, it's Ken Watson making the stop.
Well, we talked about the fact that Saskatchewan does not run the football a lot, but they do it effectively. I mean, Lucius Floyd averages almost 6 yards every time he carries it on the ground. They just choose to throw the ball a lot more than run it, but they are pretty good at running.
16 yards for Lucius Floyd on the previous play. Timeout with 3 minutes to go to the half, and Saskatchewan leading 21-13 at BC Place.
Well, it's no secret that these two receivers are the favorites of quarterback Ken Austin. Those numbers from the first half reflect that. 3 touchdowns between the two of them, and they kind of struggled in the middle part of the season when Austin was out, but once he has come back into the lineup, it seems like their seasons have been rejuvenated.
They are bookends, but they do not look similar in those photographs, do they, with the hairstyles?
Nope. Totally different.
3 minutes to go till halftime. Saskatchewan in front. 21-13. 2 touchdowns in a row, both by Jeff Fairholm, to give the Roughriders the lead. A crucial game for Saskatchewan with a record of 3-8. BC Lions at 7-4 coming into this one have a chance to move into sole possession of second spot in the CFL West as a result of the Eskimos' loss to the Argos earlier tonight.
Well, you look at it this way, 7 games remaining, only 14 points left. They trail by 8, so I mean, they can't afford to lose too many more games if they want to make the playoffs.
1st and 10 for Austin and the Roughriders at the 26, and this is Lucius Floyd taking the pass from Austin. He'll have another first down. Gerald Bayless, number 4, making the tackle. 14 yards the gain.
Once again, ball control with the passing game. Here's Lucius Floyd in the backfield here. He's just going to simply circle out of the backfield. The linebackers, here they are. They all drop off. Let Lucius Floyd catch it quickly and then run with the football. Look at all the room he has right there. And boy, Ken Austin has mixed it up nicely here in the first half.
1st and 10 for Austin and the Roughriders at the 13. Fairholm makes a great catch inside the 5. I don't know how he held on to that. Petway was covering.
Boy, is he in a groove tonight. Jeff Fairholm with 2 touchdowns already, and here he is on Ken Petway, and not a very fancy pattern, just a tremendous catch at the end of it. Spins his body around, and you will not see too many catches better than that one. Although it's coming back.
I didn't see the flag, but A penalty is down. Offside, apparently the call against the Roughriders.
Well, the BC Lions get a bit of a break there.
First and 15 for the Riders now, back at the 18. Austin unloads in a hurry for Don Narcisse. Nowhere to run after the catch. O.J. Brigance was there, number 57.
Could turn out to be a big play, that offside penalty. They would have had first and goal at the 1 or so with Jeff Fairholm's catch, but now they're backed up, and that play only netted them 1 yard.
Austin good on 12 of 20 for 168 yards and a couple of touchdowns already. Second and 9. There's Narcisse and another touchdown. No penalty markers, and the Roughriders score 3 touchdowns in a row. Austin is hot.
Narcisse on Chris Major. Major is to the outside, and he will let Narcisse come on the post, and you'll see Andrew Thomas in here. He just doesn't get back quickly enough again, and you know, you have to feel sorry for Chris Major a little bit. He's hoping for some help. There he is. Help doesn't come. He's given away the inside. Narcisse with the easy touchdown.
Don Narcisse making it 27-13. Suter to hold for Ridgway, who's automatic. And the Roughriders, trailing by 6 points at one stage, are back.
Hi, Shelly, back in Regina. I love you. Everybody back in Nashville. Playing hard. Hi, Peeper. By the way, hi, Peeper. Love you, too.
Who's Peeper?
I have a feeling it's
the dog.
Peeper's my little niece back in Nashville.
Oh,
hello.
okay. Thanks, Kent. I thought it might have been the dog.
He must have heard you.
Darren Flutie on the return for the Lions. Flutie has some room along the sideline, but he's tripped up and stopped out across the 50. Stopped there by Albert Brown. 22 yards the return. Gordon.
Another nifty drive by the Riders. This one 7 plays, 59 yards, and hey, they threw one to a wide receiver. I'd forgotten they were out there. 12 yards to Don Narcisse.
First 3 touchdowns, you're right, all went to the inside guys. Fairholm gets 2. Elgard has 1. Lions have not been able to move the football in the second quarter. That time, Darren Flutie fell. Albert Brown was covering. Second and 10. Matt Clark hasn't caught a pass so far tonight. He was 4 for 125 yards last week. Flutie sets up. Looking long. Penalty marker comes down. Darren Flutie. The intended receiver, Stacey Hairston, was covering. Did you like the call?
Not really.
I didn't think you would.
Well, you're going to have a look at it again, and they must have felt that Stacey Hairston made contact before the ball arrived. You be the judge. Tough angle to see it right there. Nevertheless, the BC Lions get a break, which they desperately need as they trail by 15, and with 1:43 to go, have a chance to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, net 47 on the penalty. First and 10 for the Lions. At the Saskatchewan 13. Fake by Flutie, who'll carry himself, tries to outrun Jurison. Fancy move on the sidelines. King forced him out. It's James King, number 41.
That's a tremendous fake by Doug Flutie here. Everybody going to the left side, the fake pitch, but Bobby Jurison puts the brakes on and then shows some tremendous speed, and he has the angle on Flutie, but Flutie with a good cutback, and he is very, very close to that first down. Comes up about a yard short.
Yeah, 9 yards the game. 2nd and 1 at the Saskatchewan 4.
That's great speed by Bobby Jerson, though.
John Volpe. Touchdown. An interference call against the Lions in the end zone once more. 28-19 now.
Be strong. Watch this. Richie Hall is on the blitz. He meets him right at the hole, and John Volpe just absolutely bounces off Richie Hall, knocks him down, and goes into the end zone for his 2nd of the night.
Yeah, but Volpe towers over Hall. He's 5'7", Hall's 5'6".
Volpe extremely strong in the upper body, and he gets the BC Lions back into this one. Not unusual for them. They seems like they come from behind in almost every game that they play in.
They're never out of it. 28-20 now. Volpe, 10 carries, 84 yards. His 2nd touchdown of the night. Albert Brown on the return. Jaycox throws a block. And Brown is out near the 40 with a penalty marker down. Stopped by Ken Watson. 13 yards the return.
Holding. Saskatchewan up 42. First down.
That's Eddie Lowe, and the ball will be back spotted now near the Rider 20. That's the worst start for Saskatchewan tonight.
I think so.
Less than a minute and a half to go till the half. Saskatchewan leading by 8.
BC Lions have made a change in the middle. Robin Belanger is in replacing Andrew Thomas.
Almost picked off by Jefferson. Dane MacArthur, number 88, was the intended receiver, and Norman likely should have had that one.
Well, he timed it perfectly coming over the top, and Ken Austin initially looked like he was on target to MacArthur, but Norman Jefferson with very, very good and speedy reaction comes underneath it right there and probably should have had it. Yeah, there's Robin Belanger, number 18. He started early in the season, and now he is back in there. Andrew Thomas simply was not having a good night helping out in the middle there, so they've made a switch.
Fairholm has the first down on 2nd and 10. He's out near the 40. Stopped by Belanger and Donald Miller. 19 yards the gain. So Austin is good on 14 of 23 for 199 yards, 4 touchdowns. And Fairholm was shaken up.
Donald Miller made the initial hit, but it was Robin Belanger, number 18, I believe, that came in.
Close in the first down department as well. 14-12, Saskatchewan leading. Austin looks for another. Don Narcisse can't make the catch. He drew double coverage. Jefferson and Watson moving in. A minute to go till the half.
That's much better coverage back in the BC Lions secondary. Good work by Jefferson and Kenny Watson to converge at the same time on Narcisse. Norman Jefferson, the last player taken in the '87 draft by Green Bay, and he makes the club.
2nd and 10. Austin and the Roughriders. Lucius Floyd looking for a first down. He gets it out across the 50. And Floyd did a lot of work after making the catch. Stopped there by Donald Miller. The gain will be 12. And there's still time for the Roughriders to get some more points.
Well, that's the nice thing about a Lucius Floyd. You know, not only a great receiver, but when he catches it, he turns into a tremendous running back and always picks up some extra yards.
Close to another first down. Belanger makes the tackle on Byron Williams.
Boy, it's fun to watch Ken Austin run this hurry-up offense. He's marching the team down. Still a lot of time left on the clock with 44 seconds. And, you know, he's thinking a touchdown until he gets to a situation where then it just becomes, I got to get it set up for Dave Ridgway.
And Austin has Fairholm back has a receiver on second and less than a yard to go. Williams makes the catch for the first down in front of O.J. Brigance, number 57. 33 seconds to go. They're in Ridgeway range already.
Yes, they are.
First and 10, Saskatchewan at the BC 46. Another quick pass to Lucius Floyd. He's having a whale of a ball game too. Stopped by Brigance.
Bruce Holmes had a chance to make the tackle early, but Lucius Floyd, who's shown some very nifty moves in this first half, got away from him, and boy, has he been effective out of the backfield. 14
yards there. Fairholm, the intended receiver, and it sails over his head. Robin Belanger got one hand on it. Now Belanger and Thomas are back there. He knows this isn't a good one. Watch.
He's saying he should have gone up there instead of cutting back in. Chris Major is out of the lineup, so Andrew Thomas is on the corner.
Elgard heads for the end zone. His second of the night. The Riders are hot. 9 seconds remaining till halftime. And Austin is tossed for 5 touchdowns. That one 25 yards. Ray Elgard's second of the evening.
Well, the BC Lions have made so many changes in their secondary. They're just making mistake after mistake back here. Here's Ray Elgard here, and everybody goes down deep, and Elgard is just going to slide out there, and Robin Belanger from the middle just never gets over there to pick him up, and it's a pretty easy catch and a pretty easy touchdown.
Looks to me like everyone's open here, Leaf.
Yep. There it is. Robin Belanger from the middle doesn't get over, and it's game over. Elgard's got his second of the night.
Looking back to the last meeting between these two teams at Taylor Field, August 21st. Talked about the score in that game, but that was the last game that John Gregory coached in Saskatchewan.
The last straw.
The last straw.
50-49.
47. 3-point game. I just wanted to correct you there because I know all the fans at Taylor Field would know the score of that one.
And when
exactly.
we go there next weekend, they'd all be telling me.
Yeah. Return for Mike Maresco, but that'll be just about it for the opening half. Forced out by Bruce Boyko. Hang on, there's 5 seconds to go. Lions down by 15. Time for one play to end the opening half. For John Volpe, he makes the catch, but has run out of time. Stopped by Bobby Jurison. Volpe has 2 touchdowns in the first half, but his BC Lions are down by 15 to the red-hot Saskatchewan Roughriders in Vancouver tonight.
BC Lions took the early lead.
It is 35-20. The Lions had the early lead in this one, but the Saskatchewan Roughriders have stormed back and have a 15-point advantage as we get set for the second half at BC Place. Darren Flutie right along the line. Has a seam up the sidelines, and the Lions will start in good order out near the 50.
Well, John, I think the BC Lion offense obviously has to have a good second half. Number one, to get back into this game. They trail by 15, but with all the injuries that we have documented in the BC Lions secondary, I think it's imperative that the offense control the ball and try and really take advantage of a bad situation, and imperative that they control the ball and not have their defense on the field.
Decline. First down.
Offside on the kickoff, and the Lions with a good return by Flutie wisely declined. Here are the quarterbacks and how they stack up. Austin is winning the battle so far. 5 touchdowns. Flutie for Chris Skinner. And he made a good move to get out near the 50. Stopped there by Gary Lewis, number 79.
Chris Skinner is splitting playing time now with Ryan Hansen, but he has been an effective receiver for the BC Lions this year. Only his 32nd catch, but for a fullback, he averages over 11 yards every time he touches the football through the air, and that is pretty spectacular.
The gain was 6 that time, 2nd and 4. Flutie away from one and let it fly for Darren Flutie. Almost sidearmed that, and he was slightly off target.
Boy, how in the world did he ever get away from number 43, Wayne Dixon? Wayne Dixon was coming in totally untouched, and it looked as though Flutie was going to be sacked easily, and then he just steps up, ducks underneath. In fact, possibly should have completed the pass to his brother.
3rd and 5. Willis Jaycox, who leads the Canadian Football League in all-purpose yardage, is back for this kick from Lou Pasaglia. And not much running room for Jaycox. Lions have done a pretty good job on his returns tonight. Gerald Bayless led the tacklers that time.
They have done a tremendous job against Willis Jaycox, who has certainly established himself as a premier kick returner in the league. I still like the Gizmo. He's my favorite, but Willis Jaycox, no question, he is a pretty slippery customer too. 3 times he has returned punts for touchdowns this year.
Saskatchewan Roughriders 1st and 10 at the 25. Scary part for the Lions starts now with a few players out of place in the secondary due to injuries to Petway and to Chris Major. Jeff Fairholm makes the catch. Stopped by Bruce Holmes.
Well, we'll set that secondary for you, and what they've done, they've made some adjustments at halftime. Andrew Thomas, number 21, who's normally the middle safety, he is out on the corner.
Scary.
Yeah. Robin Belanger, number 18, who is a safety, is now at the inside halfback spot, and number 16, who is Spencer McLennan, he is a slot back. There he is. He is playing the middle safety spot, so look for a lot of zone coverage.
Now what's running through Spencer's mind right now?
Well, you know, it happened to me before. I was a receiver with Saskatchewan, and we got into problems, and I went and played defensive back for a night, and what you try and do is just not make a mistake. You try and stay back, not let anybody get in behind you, and read the things in front of you. And I think for him it's a great opportunity, a chance to play some football and play a different position. I think it should be kind of fun. That is not fun for Andrew Thomas.
No, he's on the corner. That's the hot spot.
Yeah. Well, it shows you.
Yeah, that's part of the result right there. Rookies out of position. 3 touchdowns for Saskatchewan last 3 possessions. 1st down. And this is Lucius Floyd. He's close to another first. Stopped by Derek McCready. 9 yards the gain for Floyd.
Well, here's Spencer McLennan now. He is in the middle of the field, and he is getting a nice deep drop in his own cover. It'll be an experience for him. Chances are he's probably played a little defense at some point in his high school career, or maybe college career. The BC Lions will be in a lot of zone coverage. They were right there.
The gain was 7. This is 2nd and 3. And good penetration by Donald Miller, number 37. Belanger also helped out.
Donald Miller in his first game is Seattle Seahawk cut. He slashes down to the inside. Lucius Floyd could not get the block on him. He beats the block, makes the hit. And for the 2nd time tonight in a short yardage situation, the BC Lions have been able to stop the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Here's Mike Lazecki on 3rd and 3. Norman Jefferson won't have a play near the 30. So that's where Flutie and the Lions will begin, deep in their territory, after a 33-yard kick by Mike Lazecki. Saskatchewan Roughriders, with 3 straight touchdowns, have a 35-20 lead on the BC Lions as Flutie takes over now. And there's a penalty marker down, but the catch was made by Darren Flutie, number 82. Brought down by Wayne Drinkwalter.
They're working Darren Flutie out of the slot back spot a lot tonight, and he's a pretty cagey receiver. Quick move to the inside. His brother Doug reads it and gets him the ball quickly. How about Spencer McLennan, number 16? He's a backup all season long. Now he's playing wide receiver and middle safety. I guess Ray Alexander's injury got a little worse and could not get back in, so he is going both ways.
And he wasn't listed as even a starter tonight. Intended for Darren Flutie once more. He got 15 yards in the previous play, but wasn't close to making a catch there. 10:45 to go, third quarter. Flutie with time finds Matt Clark behind the coverage. Big gain inside the Saskatchewan 30. There's the matchup. Flutie and Hall, 34 yards. Flutie, or Clark and Hall rather, 34 yards. Clark wins at that time.
Well, Richie Hall tries to play bump and run, and Matt Clark gets around him pretty easily. Doug Flutie reads it quickly and gets him the ball before Glenn Suter can get over and help out from the middle safety spot. That is a nice pass play by Flutie and a good pass pattern by Matt Clark. Definitely winning that matchup so far.
1st and 10. Lions at the Saskatchewan 29. Flutie has Volpe coming out of the backfield, and Volpe has a first down. Kim McLeod beaten by Volpe.
Well, both teams really use their running backs effectively out of the backfield, and it gives the defense so many extra things to worry about. Volpe just quickly out in the flat, and the coverage is fairly soft by Kim McLeod. That allows Flutie to get him the ball quickly and let him run with it, much the same as Kent Austin does with Lucius Floyd.
34-yard gain sets the Lions up with a first down at the Saskatchewan 17. Here comes the heat on Flutie now. He got it away. Spencer McLennan. In front of Albert Brown. He's down to the 1. All right, Spencer.
That's a great catch. Flutie buys some time, and finally Spencer McLennan comes open with super concentration. Albert Brown came right in front of him, but a tremendous catch by Spencer McLennan. He's going to be an instant hero here in Vancouver, and he sets them up on the 1.
He's a graduate of the Okanagan Sun. 1st and goal to go. Lions at the 1. Touchdown. Jay Christensen, a one-hander. There's a penalty marker down. I think it's going against the Roughriders.
Saskatchewan number 71. Decline. Touchdown.
Touchdown will stand. That was Bobby Jurison offside.
Well, that's exactly what the BC Lion offense has to do. Not only score some points to get back into it, but keep their defense off the field. And Doug Flutie, a quick set. Christensen comes open, and what a spectacular one-handed catch that was.
No mistake on Lucas Anglia's convert. The Lions are right back in it. 35-27 now. Saskatchewan in the lead. Jay Christensen has the touchdown. Nice setup. Nice catch by Spencer McLennan to get the Lions down to the 1. Ready for Louis' kickoff. 35-27. Saskatchewan leading. Now Willis Jaycox. Marker down already, and Jaycox is 2 at the 41. 17 yards the return for Willis Jaycox. Gordon. So the block was illegal. The Roughriders will have no return and begin this drive. Back near the 20 at the 18.
Is old momentum making a bit of a switch here in the third quarter?
Big Mo. We'll see what Austin can do. He's got 5 touchdown passes already. He's got Lucius Floyd here. And Floyd gets out near the 25. Stopped there by Robin Boulanger.
Well, the BC Lions have made yet another change in that secondary. It seems like number 13, Chris Major, who's the starting corner, is healthy enough to come back and kind of hobble around at the middle safety spot. So no longer will Spencer McLennan be required to do duty on both sides of the football. Still pretty much a patchwork secondary, though, for the Lions.
Austin is giving them fits, too. O.J. Brigance covering on Ray Elgard, but that draws a flag.
Pass interference. BC number 57. First down.
O.J. got caught.
Okay, here's O.J. Brigance right up here. Let the play run so we can pick up Elgard coming out. Stop it. There he is right there as he cuts underneath. Brigance with the hand on the shoulder, and he gets called for the interference. No question he held him right there.
Roughriders with a 1st and 10 as a result out of the 37. Lucius Floyd breaks one and is stopped by Donald Miller, number 37. All right, the gain was 4. This is 2nd and 6. And an easy first down conversion as Elgard makes the catch. And a pretty good run afterwards. He's inside the 35. Chris Major and Norman Jefferson finally bring down Ray Elgard.
BC Lions required to go to a zone coverage. There's Brigance and Holmes. Watch as they drop. Elgard just sneaks right in between them. Austin reads it so quickly, hits them before they can even react to it. And boy, oh boy, with a patchwork secondary, they have to play so conservative, and that just plays into the hands of a Ken Austin.
The gain is 28 yards. Saskatchewan first down. Narcisse, the intended receiver, in front of Jefferson.
He gets on a roll. He thinks he should complete every single ball. You see that one right there. He overthrew Narcisse a little bit, but Ken Austin is such a competitor. I mean, there's not a situation that occurs during a game that he doesn't think that he can't beat it.
Will be 2nd and 10. Byron K. Williams, the intended receiver, and Andrew Thomas is covering him. Thomas playing the corner. He's in Toronto. Ridgway. And he's good. A 40-yard field goal as Ridgway makes it 38-27 for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Still a long way to go to the conclusion of this one at the stadium at BC Place.
BC added to its 10-7 lead early in the second quarter when Lou Pasaglia hit from 36 yards out. Then Jeff Fairholm from 4 yards out put Saskatchewan in front 14-13. That was the Riders' first lead in the game. Fairholm struck again, this time a 16-yard reception from Ken Austin to make it 21-13. Don Narcisse caught a 12-yard pass to put Saskatchewan up 28-13. John Volpe crashed in from 4 yards out, and BC cut the lead to 28-20, but then Ken Austin threw his 5th touchdown pass of the first half, a 25-yarder to Ray Elgard to make it 35-20 at the half. Jay Christensen from 1 yard out in the third quarter has brought BC within 8 to 35-27, but then Dave Ridgway just did it again. Mr. Automatic clicks from 40 yards out and gives Saskatchewan a 38-27 lead.
Not much scoring in this one so far. Ready for the Ridgway kickoff. Too deep for the BC Lions. Lorenzo Graham and Darren Flutie. This coming down to Flutie. Decent return. He's out to the 50, so that's where the Lions will begin after a 25-yard kickoff return. Darren Flutie brought down by Bruce Boyko. And here's Doug. .5:15 to go, third quarter. First and 10 Lions. Flutie good on 18 of 22 for 257 yards. Lost it there. And it looks like the Riders have recovered. Flutie bobbled the exchange from center. Eddie Lowe, number 42, coming up with the ball.
That Flutie just stepped away from Ian St. Clair a little too quickly before he had control of the football, and when he tried to dive down and get it, Bobby Jurison made the tackle on him, kept him from covering his own fumble, and that of course allowed Eddie Lowe in with his recovery. So any momentum that the BC Lions had seemed to turn in their favor in the third quarter certainly been lost by that Dave Ridgway field goal, and now the turnover. Third turnover by the Lions so far. First and 10 Saskatchewan. Austin has the Riders at the BC 48. Swinging it to Lucius Floyd coming out of the backfield. He broke one tackle and spins his way to the 40-yard line. Good play by Lucius Floyd. Stopped by Bruce Holmes. He actually got away from number 21, Andrew Thomas. He has run so well with the football tonight after he has made the receptions. Initially, a good move to get away from Andrew Thomas. Watch the spin here on Brigance. Boom, back to the inside, picks up 3 more. He's had a very, very nice evening. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Ray Elgard takes the catch over the middle, an easy first down for the Roughriders. Elgard stopped by Robin Belanger. Saskatchewan Roughriders, that's the only problem with their offense tonight. They've struggled in those 2nd and short yardage situations on the ground, so they decide to throw to their inside receivers. What a night he has had. 6, 149, a couple of touchdowns. Fairholm with a couple, Don Narcisse with 1. He had 6 for 133 in the last game against BC. This is Floyd. And Lucius stopped short of the 20-yard line and a first down. That's what happens to Ray Elgard downfield. Brigance goes out and knocks him down, but while he is engaged with Elgard, Lucius Floyd has the football and is coming towards him. So you know what, if you're going to pay attention to those slot backs, Austin reads it and dumps it off to his back, and he picks up 7. Making this 2nd and 3. Riders just outside the BC 20. This is Byron K. Williams, and it'll be another Saskatchewan first down. Ken Petway made the stop. This looks like a practice session now for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They know what BC Lions are going to be in, a zone, and they're just running some plays that go underneath that zone coverage. Easy to complete and keep drives going. Looks pretty simple for Austin right here. For Byron Williams, stopped at the 3. Penalty marker down as Brigance was in on the tackle after an 8-yard gain. Same play, just to the other side.
Forward pass interference. Saskatchewan number 88. First down repeated.
88 is Dane MacArthur. Pick play, they caught him. Tried to pick off the corner, Norman Jefferson, to allow Williams to come underneath. BC's got a few more guys back in the secondary. Petway's back. He's playing the corner. The bottom of your screen there. Lucius Floyd on 1st and a bunch, 1st and 20, and there's nowhere for Floyd to go. He was met by several Lions, including Petway and middle linebacker Bruce Holmes. Well, Austin has run this play so many times, a little swing out of the backfield to Floyd, that the BC Lions now are looking for it and respecting it. So I'd be surprised if Ken Austin circles him out but goes a little deeper downfield. Pretty good numbers for Lucius tonight. Second and 17. Fairholm, the intended receiver, and O.J. Brigance makes another fine play for the Lions. He's an exceptional player. He's got some tremendous talent, and I think for him it all starts with his great speed. He is able to get to so many footballs. He's a
tremendous tackler, and on this play he comes over the top of Fairholm, gets that left hand on the football, but it's his speed really that makes him so effective.
He's a rookie from Rice, and he's the 3rd leading tackler in the CFL. Here's Ridgway, and Ridgway makes it 2 in a row for the Saskatchewan Roughriders with 1:10 to play in the 3rd quarter. Saskatchewan in front of BC. It's 41-27 at BC Place.
Gaines is doing the most coaching he's done all year tonight with this patchwork secondary that he's had to put together. There they are, Jefferson, Andrew Thomas, and Petway, and Gene Gaines, of course, their defensive backfield coach, had to work with a bunch of new guys back there tonight.
On the kickoff return, Darren Flutie still going as he crosses the 51.
Boy, sure doesn't seem like he's a real speedster returning those kicks, but time after time he slides and slithers and gets his team and gets the ball out to a good spot. 33 yards on this return, and once again Doug Flutie will enjoy some nice field position with which to work, courtesy of his brother Darren.
It looks like he's just trying to keep his balance there, but an effective 33-yard return. Look where the Lions are. 1st and 10, 52-yard line. One fake by Flutie. Now for Matt Clark. And Richie Hall was covering on Clark. On 2nd and 10. Flutie is picked off by James King. King's had a good night for the Roughriders. The tackle made by 85. Matt Clark, who was likely the intended receiver. But that one went right to James King. And too many turnovers for the BC Lions. That's number 4.
Well, we've seen a lot of BC Lion football games this year, and this is really the first time that I can recall Doug Flutie throwing a pass into an area where he simply should have thrown the football away. No chance to get it into Matt Clark. James King with a nice interception, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders have once again taken control here late in the 3rd quarter.
2 interceptions and 2 fumbles against the Lions, and here's Lucius Floyd on 1st down. It'll be another Saskatchewan 1st down inside the 50, and O.J. Brigance is there one more time. That's the end of quarter number 3, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders look to pad their lead. We'll check things out with Teresa Hergert at TSN Sports Control in Toronto. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter in BC.
Scored 17 points off those turnovers. After 3 quarters on August 21st, the score was 41-27 Saskatchewan.
You're kidding me. I don't believe that. Here's Lucius Floyd. And if you don't remember what happened that fateful night at Taylor Field, Doug Flutie came back with 2 last-minute touchdowns to beat Saskatchewan 50-47. Big 2nd quarter by the Roughriders with 28 points. Back-to-back touchdowns by Jeff Fairholm. 2nd down. And it'll be another 1st down as Narcisse makes the catch and runs out of bounds. Narcisse in front of Ken Petway. Petway was injured in the opening half, as was Chris Major.
Well, I think it's interesting to note that Saskatchewan in 2nd and 3 or less now have been throwing the football instead of running it. Ken Austin, so much confidence in not only himself but his receiving corps.
From the 21, another Roughrider 1st down. Elgard couldn't hang on. Stu Hill was covering. His name has not been mentioned a great deal tonight. Number 36, Stu Hill.
Surprising that it should be mentioned in pass coverage. I mean, he is a rush end. He is known for sacking quarterbacks, not covering receivers. But that time, in some kind of peculiar defense, he ran with Ray Elgard across the field.
2nd and 10, Roughriders. From the BC 21. Austin stands in. And looks to the end zone. Touchdown. Third of the night for Jeff Fairholm. Now is Austin hurt?
Jeff Fairholm working on number 21, Andrew Thomas. He goes to the post. Wonderful move back to the outside. Andrew Thomas gets his feet all tangled up, and Jeff Fairholm with his third touchdown of the night. What a tremendous move. That's called a post flag pattern. He took 3 hard steps into the middle, turned Andrew Thomas around, broke it back to the corner, and the result was his 10th touchdown of the season. Here's Ridgway with Suter holding, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders are out in front of the BC Lions 48-27. Now Austin is being attended to on the sidelines. I think he might have hit his hand on a helmet. Boy, that often happens as you release the football. There's 51 Bruce Holmes coming on the blitz, and Ken Austin jammed a finger or something. There's no question about it.
Did you pick this one?
Well, anybody could have picked this one. 6 touchdowns. That's 24 touchdowns now in 6 games since Austin has come back. That's phenomenal.
He is definitely the difference, and apparently okay on the sidelines.
That is good news.
On the return for the Lions, Lorenzo Graham out across the 35 to the 38 and met there by Wayne Dixon. 19 yards on the return.
59 yards in 6 plays is this drive by Saskatchewan, and once again Ken Austin looks inside and finds Jeff Fairholm open for the touchdown. He does love Fairholm and Elga.
They have 5 touchdowns between them.
And the matchups with the injuries in the secondary are so favorable for the slot backs of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I mean, not surprising. They go to them anyway, but the matchups are so much in their favor now.
Let's see if Flutie can get the Lions close once more. In trouble, had to throw in a hurry as Suter was coming, and Skinner was the intended receiver.
Saskatchewan Roughriders coming with all kinds of pressure. Here's Glenn Suter. Normally he's back in this area, but here he is. He gets a running start right up the middle on Flutie. Let it run, and this is why Flutie couldn't complete it. Not enough guys back there to block for Flutie. He couldn't hit Skinner out in the flat, but Glenn Suter, nice timing on that blitz.
2nd and 10, Lions beginning at the 38. Shotgun. Flutie has Matt Clark, and Matt Clark has yards to go as Clark heads for the end zone. Brought down by Albert Brown. What a great play. Matt Clark. And the Lions are not done quite yet.
No, the Saskatchewan Roughriders decide to gamble twice here, and the first time it pays off, but the second time it doesn't. Matt Clark and Doug Flutie beat the blitz. What a tremendous play that was. And you'll see quickly at the top of your screen, Glenn Suter, he comes, they pick him up, and then Matt Clark is home free in behind Richie Hall.
62 yards, and that sets the Lions up with a first down at the Saskatchewan 10. Flutie for Volpe, his 3rd of the night. Penalty marker down. This might come back.
Forward pass interference. BC number 85. First down repeated.
The penalty is against Matt Clark right after that 62-yard gain to set the Lions up at the 10.
Well, he picked off Dan Rasevich, who had Volpe in man-to-man coverage, and I think that was a great call by the officials.
It is first down, but 1st and 20 from the Saskatchewan 20. Flutie for brother Darren. And Richie Hall made the stop on Darren Flutie.
So I would say probably the biggest play of the game so far coming up. Second in a whole bunch for Doug Flutie, but they really need a touchdown right here.
Trailing 48-27 to the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The Lions Lions are looking for sole possession of second spot in the West. Flutie to the corner. Touchdown. Flutie to Flutie. The first touchdown combination for the Flutie brothers. 22-82.
And they really needed a very critical play, as I mentioned, and Darren Flutie technically runs a beautiful pass pattern on Stacey Harrison. He's got very, very good work habits and technically very, very good wide receiver. Slight roll away, and then Doug Flutie will look back across the field for his brother, and he is wide open as he took Stacey Harrison to the inside and then spun it back to the out. Touchdown, BC.
So the Lions narrow in on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Still a ways to go. But the BC Lions have lots of time with 10:51 to go. It's 48-34 Saskatchewan. That play covered 62 yards, and it gets the Lions back into this. Ready for the kick return. Narcisse handing off to Willis Jaycox. And Jaycox is surrounded by BC Lions. 9 yards the return, and leading the way, Doug Hocking, number 90, and Norman Jefferson.
The BC scoring drive goes 4 plays, 72 yards. Darren Flutie caps it off with his first touchdown reception in the CFL, and it just wouldn't be a BC Lions game without a big gain to Matt Clark. Last week an 89-yard touchdown. The week before that a 53-yard touchdown.
Saskatchewan number 85. First down.
Willis Jaycox getting called for objectionable conduct. Looking back to that Flutie combination, Leif, you have to go back to 1946 in Canadian professional football for the last time a brother act combined for a passing touchdown.
I know who it was.
It was Anna Stukas to Bill Stukas, 1946 Toronto team. Second and 10. Not bad numbers for Darren Flutie if you look at those. 7 catches, 94 yards, and 1 touchdown. Second and 10 for the Roughriders now, beginning at the 19. Lucius Floyd, swing pass, and the Lions have seen a lot of that tonight and read it well.
Well, they're reading it much better now. Initially, they weren't able to read it, and Lucius Floyd was picking up all kinds of yardage, but I think the fact that they have seen it, they now recognize it, and Kenny Watson there makes a nice play, and once again, we're into the 4th quarter, and each series becomes more and more crucial. Here, the BC Lion defense does a nice job and will give the ball back to their offense in a pretty good spot.
Saskatchewan leading. It's 48-34. 2 touchdowns separate 2 explosive teams. Mike Lozecki gets a big charge, and he gets a penalty call. Norman Jefferson on the return. There are penalties at the BC end of the field as well. Lozecki got a 35-yard punt away. That was BC's 3rd straight win.
Too many men. BC decline. Contacting the kicker. BC number 34. 3rd down repeated.
So contacting is only a 5-yard penalty, so it's 3rd and 1. Interesting situation for Don Matthews. Let's go back and see that. Not roughing the kicker, it's just contacting the kicker called against Ryan Hansen. So 3rd and 1. Don Matthews decides that deep in his own territory they will gamble and try and hang on to possession of that football. Pretty interesting call right here.
3rd and 1 from the 28. Penalty markers are down. Milson Jones carries, should have the 1st down. He was met by Gerald Bayless, and it might have been Bayless offside.
Offside. BC number 4. 1st down.
There's Gerald arguing his case with David Ewell, and he lost.
There's Bayless right in the middle. Can't really see, but he was lined up in within that 1-yard restraining zone. So the gamble pays off for the Roughriders, and they still have possession of the football.
For the first down at the Saskatchewan 33. This is Lucius Floyd. And he's stacked up after about a 4-yard gain. Stacked up by Belanger and Thomas.
You go back and look at certain points in the game that where you had opportunities, and I think the BC Lions will say with a little over 8 minutes remaining, what an opportunity we had with that contacting the kicker call, and we couldn't get the ball back, and now Saskatchewan running more and more time off the clock. Pretty big turnaround right there.
And this is a big play for the Roughriders as Milson Jones makes a nice catch and comes up with a first down. Another flag down in the Roughrider backfield, though.
Major foul. Unnecessary roughness. BC number 4. First down.
That's 2 in a row to Gerald Bayless.
Yeah, he's still bugged by that offside call. He didn't think he was offside, and he's a little frustrated. And boy, this has happened to the BC Lions a number of times this year. They've been in positions to win games, and penalties have really hurt them down the stretch here. Contacting the kicking, now a roughing penalty, an offside penalty, and the little things that seem to mount up.
And with 8:19 to go, the Lions can hardly afford to give Saskatchewan another scoring drive here. But it is 1st and 10 from the BC 48. Lucius Floyd lost the ball. Riders are lucky to recover. Ken Watson had a shot at it, but Jeff Fairholm came up with it.
Donald Miller reads it, but he just couldn't make the tackle. I think Lucius Floyd just lost that on his own. Didn't look like anybody hit him.
Riders fumble for a gain of 3. This is 2nd and 7. Wide open. Ray Elgard can't get away from Ken Watson. A little help from Norman Jefferson. It'll be another Saskatchewan first down. Penalties have really hurt the Lions on this drive.
Yes, they have. You can see the frustration on Bob Obilovich's face. Frustrated, too, because the Saskatchewan receivers have seemed to have everything their own way tonight. Ray Elgard's numbers reflect that.
Lucius Floyd tries the left side with some success. Stuart Hill and Derek McCready stop Lucius Floyd.
Well, they only average around 103 yards per game on the ground, the Saskatchewan Roughrider offense, but it seems any time that they get into a situation where they want to run the football, they've been able to do so tonight.
Roughriders usually a pretty good draw on the road in the West. 41,192 here at BC Place tonight. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Riders at the Lions 24. And this is Floyd unable to catch up to the ball, tossed by Kent Austin. Ridgway wide. That could be interesting. It's a 15-point game as Ridgway is wide from 30 yards away. So it is 49-34. Saskatchewan leading our game of the week.
Doug Flutie meets his brother Darren in basketball. Look at the inside move and even the foul at the end. And yes, Doug did edge his brother Darren in the one-on-one competition. But right now they're teammates. They combined for a touchdown a few minutes ago, and they'd like to do it again. Doug Flutie told me today that Darren Flutie's having a hard time adjusting to the CFL because in the NFL you run very precise routes, but in the CFL players will often drift into holes and move around a lot. Darren's not used to that. He thinks it's an undisciplined style, but he's trying to get used to it.
With some success tonight, Darren Flutie has 7 receptions, 94 yards, and the touchdown Gord mentioned.
Busiest man in the park tonight, Gene Gaines, the secondary coach of the BC Lions, trying to figure out who he can not only get in there, but how he can help coach these guys to tighten it up in that secondary.
Both teams have put up big numbers so far. Here's Flutie on first down for Volpe, and that's well defensed by the Roughriders. Richie Hall on John Volpe. A loss of 1, 2nd and 11 facing Flutie now. Christensen the intended receiver, and it's through his hands to Darren Flutie in front of Stacey Hairston. Christensen got his mitts on it. Darren Flutie makes the catch.
What a fantastic catch that was. No doubt that he was going for Christensen. The ball is tipped and Darren Flutie scoops it off the turf. That's a great catch.
It is a catch too. His hands were under the football. 21 yards the gain and a big first down for the Lions with 4:40 to go. BC 1st and 10 at the 54. Flutie looks to find a way on the move this time. Matt Clark, one man to beat. Suter takes him down. This is amazing stuff, folks. 41 yards.
Wow, this is the type of play that we've seen Doug Flutie do all year. Okay, the initial pass pattern is not there, so he is flushed out of the pocket, and Matt Clark improvises on the run, comes across the field, makes himself open and available as a target for Flutie. He catches it, and another big play, and the BC Lions just refuse to quit.
49-34, Saskatchewan in the lead. BC first down at the Saskatchewan 14. Flutie runs the option. Has about 3 yards himself.
That's much better play at the option coverage. Eddie Lowe will make the tackle on Flutie, but that's what you want. You don't want to force Flutie and let him pitch it out to Volpe. You want to make Flutie run with the football. Saskatchewan defense made the adjustment. Only the second time they've run the option tonight, but that's much better defense.
The gain is 3. Lions 2nd and 7 at the Saskatchewan 10. BC needs a touchdown badly. Flutie stands up, and at the last moment it's batted away from Darren Flutie by Stacey Hairston. Penalty marker down. Good coverage by Hairston.
Holding BC number 59. 2nd down repeated.
Well, Flutie needs a little bit of a miracle here. It will be 2nd and 17. Time ticks away on the BC Lions. Flutie to the end zone. Clark touchdown in front of Richie Hall. Hang on, there's 3 minutes to go.
A great catch by Matt Clark. He is on Richie Hall. That is our matchup of the night. Richie Hall, you'll see at the end of this one, he just doesn't get turned around and locate the football quickly enough. Matt Clark sees it all the way, and his numbers for the night are unbelievable. 4 catches, 157 yards, 1 touchdown, a very critical touchdown now.
Saglia. Good on the converts. 3-minute warning is up with the Roughriders in front of the BC Lions. 49-41. And rookie Matt Clark is the BC hero of the moments. 3:07 to go. It is a short kick. And the Roughriders tackle themselves, trying to hang on to the football.
The scoring drive covers 75 yards. 61 of those yards covered by Matt Clark. 20 on the touchdown reception and 41 on the big pass from Doug Flutie to bring the Lions now within 8.
These guys have done a job for the Roughriders tonight. Fairholm with 3 touchdowns. Elgard has 2. Elgard slightly more yardage, 7 receptions for 163. Now into the final 3 minutes. The Roughriders leading by 8. Saskatchewan 1st and 10 at the 34. Austin for Narcisse. Tight coverage by Jefferson, who got a hand in. Lots of time left for a Lion comeback, folks. This is a big play for Kent Austin, who's been nothing short of brilliant here tonight. He has tossed for 431 yards and 6 touchdowns. Austin looks deep for Elgard. It'll be picked off by Jefferson. Here he is on the return. Norman Jefferson slowed down by Don Narcisse and forced up.
You know what? The defensive coverage of the Lions fooled Kent Austin. There it looks initially, though, at man-to-man that Elgard is free, but Norman Jefferson is playing a deep zone coverage along with Robin Boulanger, and he just catches the ball that's overthrown, and the defense of the BC Lions fooled Kent Austin. He throws his second interception of the night.
2 minutes and 48 seconds to play. It is 49-41. Saskatchewan leading by 8. But Flutie is 1st and 10 at the Rough Rider 42. Quarterback draw. Jurison has Flutie. Austin recovering on the sidelines. 4-yard gain. This is 2nd and 6. Flutie should have a first down. Darren Flutie makes the catch at the Saskatchewan 30. Kim McLeod makes the tackle. The gain is just what the Lions needed. 8 yards.
And each play now becomes so critical. No time for a mistake here. And Darren Flutie, 9 catches, 123 yards now for him, makes a very crucial one. There you see the time remaining. They trail by 8.
Flutie. For Darren Flutie. Stacey Hairston makes the tackle. This combination looks pretty good. 22-82, Leaf.
Well, they look like they've done it before. Darren Flutie, a very disciplined receiver. Gord Miller told you that in his report from the sidelines, that sometimes the freewheeling style of the Canadian Football League, Darren Flutie not used to yet, but that time a disciplined hook pattern, and picks up 9. Good situation for Flutie. Let a little play action here and go for it.
2nd and 1. Chris Skinner has the first down. He's inside the 15. Lions are down by 8 points. 49-41. 1st and 10 Lions at the Saskatchewan 13. Flutie rears back and fires. Touch. No, he's out at the 1. Stacey Hairston forcing Darren Flutie out at the 1-yard line. It'll be a BC first down. Pitch and catch in the backyard.
Well, they look so calm out there, and it seems like Darren and Doug know exactly what each other's going to do. Darren Flutie with some hook patterns all the way down the field. The Rough Rider defense not playing up very tight.
1st and goal to go from the 1-yard line. And Doug Flutie has the touchdown. Penalty marker down.
A Flutie nightmare. That's exactly what it may be.
Offside. Saskatchewan number 71. Decline. Touchdown.
The touchdown stands. His 10th rushing touchdown of the season. And a 2-point convert will even things up with 1:31 to go. Flutie to the end zone. Clock. It's all even. There's a penalty flag down.
Pass interference. BC number 83. Repeat the convert.
They'll get another crack at it.
Oh, there. Christensen trying to pick off Stacey Harrison and allowed Darren Flutie to come underneath the coverage. There it is right there. Ooh, I don't know.
Almost ran into him by accident, it looked like, but
that's a tough call to make at a crucial time.
Another 2-point try for the Lions. This time from the 15. Can Flutie do it this time? No! Now this is a live ball, and the Roughriders have a... Oh, hang on. I thought it was live. Lewis caused the problem. 79, Gary Lewis. The ball was picked up by Wayne Dixon.
Illegal contact on an eligible receiver. Saskatchewan number 4. Repeat the conduct.
So the Lions get another crack at this one. Flutie can't find anyone open. And it's picked off. He intended it for Spencer McLennan. And Albert Brown redeems himself with the interception. Anybody open as you look back here, Leaf?
Well, I think the Saskatchewan Roughriders did a nice job in the secondary. Everybody snugged up very tight on their receiver, and then Flutie really in more of a desperation than anything else, looking for Spencer McLennan, and Albert Brown is in perfect position to make the interception. So as they trail by 2 with 1:31 to go, what do you do? Kick it deep or onside?
I don't know.
And they're another situation where Saskatchewan has 10 men up that are used to handling the football, so Louis could kick it into a little open area, just as he's doing.
It's not deep. Taken by Treflin.
Really smart play by Jeff Treflin. He realized that Passaglio would try and pooch it into a short area, and he moved up, and that is a very heads-up play at a crucial time.
So the Roughriders get a chance to run some time off the clock now. Kent Austin, shaken up in the previous sequence, is back in the game. The numbers on Austin: 36 of 53, a bunch of yards, and 6 touchdowns. Less than a minute and a half to go. Milson Jones picking his way for about 5 yards to the 50. Stopped by Donald Miller. 1:24 remaining. Lucius Floyd looking for 5 yards. He's a little short. Met by Andrew Thomas, who had some tough moments early in the game.
Pretty large hit, though, right there. Keeps Lucius Floyd short of the first down when it looked as though he was going to pick it up.
It is a first down, Leaf. I thought for sure he was stopped short, but it's on the far side of the field.
Well, nice job up front. Roger Aldag, 44, out in front, gets a block on Andrew Thomas, but
might have got a good spot.
I think they got a pretty favorable spot.
They might have got a pretty favorable spot.
Yes, indeed.
1:01 to go. Rough Riders leading by 2. A chance to run it out. Jones was the ball carrier. Bruce Holmes made the tackle. Second down. 6 to go. Lucius Floyd stopped for a loss. Donald Miller was there. So was Ken Petway.
And I would call timeout right here with BC Lions, so the punting team cannot run the clock down, and it's at 34 seconds. I'm sure that's what they're going to do.
.34 seconds on the clock. It's a 2-point ball game. Bouncing for Jefferson. Can't find the lane. And Jefferson is decked by Glenn Suter. An outstanding play by Suter, who somehow tripped up Jefferson.
That play went from bad to worse. I mean, you have to field that punt on the fly. Don't let it hit the ground. And of course, when Jefferson finally got it in reverse field, Glenn Suter with a spectacular tackle. And now it is 21 seconds to go. I know he's done it the last 3 times, but
you don't like the odds here?
I don't.
Beginning at the 6-yard line. What's he got? 3 plays in 21 seconds?
3 or 4.
marker down. The catch is made by Darren Flutie. Stopped by Dan Rasevich.
That's a number 41. Decline. First down.
The Riders haven't got a lock on it quite yet. Flutie has to get it off in a hurry. Be another first down in front of Richie Hall. Darren Flutie, another clutch catch.
Well, the good news is he got out of bounds too, and that stops the clock with 9 seconds remaining. Doug Flutie buying a little extra time. His brother Darren gets open, and well, realistically, they have to go 25 yards on this play to have a chance.
It's deep, and it's picked up. Richie Hall able to run out the clock, and the Rough Riders come away with a win. Nail-biting time for Don Matthews. But Saskatchewan wins by 2 at 49-47. And Matthews improves his record as the Rough Rider head coach to 3 wins and 2 losses.
Yeah,
Uncle drama here.
Yes, it was, and no question the Saskatchewan Roughriders offensively have no problems. The defense, though, still allowing far too many points. The good news is they came away with a win in one of these close games that they have lost in the past. Tonight they're on the other end of things, and Doug Flutie, although he played well, he will see his team fall to 7-5, and they still remain second-place tie with the Edmonton Eskimos after their loss in Toronto tonight.
The Eskimos lost earlier. The Saskatchewan Roughriders improved to 4-8. And without a win here today, the playoffs would have only been a hope, perhaps a dream.
Hey, they're back in it.
Maybe they're back. The Roughriders win. Don Matthews a happy guy. The final is in at BC Place. 49-47.
And Turning Point brought to you by Tic Tac. It comes late in the 4th quarter. The Lions had scored a touchdown to pull within 2. Doug Flutie hooks up with Matt Clark for the 2-point conversion, but Jay Christensen is called for pass interference on Stacey Hairston. The 2-pointer comes back, BC later misses, and Saskatchewan hangs on for the victory. Final score here at BC Place, Saskatchewan 49, BC 47. For John Wells and Leif Pedersen, I'm Gord Miller. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.